All right, guys, welcome back to another Sunday watch list. Before we get started, I will be doing a free webinar this upcoming Thursday at 5 p.m. PST, completely free. I'm going to drop the link in the description so you guys can sign up for it. I'm going to be covering a lot of information, answering questions, the foundation of trading, how to just keep it a little bit more simple, and talking about price action. I know price action is something that just takes time, that takes screen time and experience. So how can you shorten your learning curve? Just some information on price action and what to look out for in those scenarios. So link is going to be in the description, but let's get right into the Sunday watch list. Right. As I was talking about last week, last week was not the week to try to be like, full port, full degen, because everyone thinks FOMC earnings, something crazy is about to happen, and it could, but you trying to predict that move is like you just don't really know what they're gonna say. And it's a little bit more on the high risk side of things. Once the noise clears out, for example, this week, we do have earnings this week, but the noise on the FOMC last week and a lot of the big companies like Apple reported. We do still have some big companies like Amazon this week. So let's get right into it. But I think this week can definitely provide way more opportunity than last week. This week, starting off on Monday, we have um, nothing major, none of the companies that I would really like to, trade post earning setups on. Tuesday is going to be the big day. We have PayPal, Spotify, Google, AMD, Snapchat, Chipotle, Enphase, AMGN, and yeah, those are some of the big ones. Pfizer as well. AMD, Google, Snap, those are going to be the big ones. Wednesday, we have Uber before open, Disney before open. We have Ford, QCOM, and MetLife. Thursday, we have Amazon. That's going to be the big one. Roblox, LOI, Peloton, Affirm. Those are going to be some of the big ones on Thursday. Pinterest. Um, it's gonna provide a lot of opportunities on post earning setups, right? Post earning setups is like let the move happen. I'm not gonna try to predict any of the earnings. I'm not a big earnings guy. I don't have it's kind of a gamble too, trying to predict earnings. But after the move happens, you can look for a post earning setup because one of these names will be strong or weak. Chart it out and see if there's any key levels nearby that you could trade off of. Friday, wheat stocks, it looks like. Canopy growth. I'm not into some of these other names. Let's get right into the watch list though. Starting off with the S&P 500, as always. I can start off with actually, I want to show you guys some levels on ES. We look at ES, right? Where did we reject off of on Friday? We rejected off of a major area of pretty much the all-time highs on ES was here, right? And we failed to get above it on Friday. Well, that's why we're rejecting that area. It's not an easy. You can see the reactions we have off of that level. Huge rejections. So it's not an easy level to get above. Let's get rid of this level here. We are now approaching actually a big area of demand, which is this level. From here, you guys can see, notice how it is a huge resistance here. And when we come, we test as support. So this level here, 660, 40, 60, 50, major. I'll either look for a bounce or a break and retest below. The fact that we rejected very aggressively, I'm most likely going to look for a break and retest below. And then this level here, I will be looking for rejections. So just keeping it simple, 6,100, as long as ES stays below 6,100 or below 6050, I will have bearish sentiment back towards 6,000. Very simple on the ES. If we get back above 6,100, I could target all-time highs. Just literally as simple as that. Look at go and count the number of touches on these levels. Go chart it out on your own and count the number of touches on these levels and compare it to some of the other levels. Let's get into SPY. Very similar, right? Um, all-time high rejection. Huge all-time high rejection. Failed to get above. We sold off from 609 down to 598. You know, um, I'm gonna be looking for some type of lower high. If this is gonna be the start of a downtrend, I want to find a lower high entry where I can go short. So if I were to be looking for one, this is a huge area of resistance here. This 602. Notice how it's support, resistance, and we are currently below it. As long as SPY stays below that 602, 602.7 area, And we're currently falling below 600. It's another big level. As long as we stay below 602, though, that's going to be my rejection area. I will have bearish sentiment. Reclaims of 602.7, right? We can start pushing back to 605, 606. That will be bullish sentiment. As long as we stay below this, these recent lows all the way down at 590 seems far away, but it could definitely get to those areas. Definitely have to see what's going to happen with those earnings though. But below 602, we could target 597, 594, and then 590, level to level. I'll just be taking it level to level. So that's going to be it with SPY. 600, 602 area is going to be psychological big levels that I will keep on watch. Going into QQQ, and then on the daily chart too. Like this did, almost and go. This is a bearish candle right here with rising volume on SPY, right? Weekly, it's a long upper wick there, right? A long rejection wick. So that's why I'm seeing some bearish sentiment. Definitely have to see what's going to happen here. So with QQQ, similar scenarios here. Huge rejection level here at 531. Notice how on December 26th, we got a huge sell-off from here. And then here we go again, January 31st. Huge sell-off from the start of a new month, February. Let's see what we're gonna get. The S&P 500 was only up 2% this month of January. It's only up like 2.8 if I'm not mistaken for the total month of January. It's decent, right? This is a big supply pair, 531 to like this 533. As long as we stay below that supply, I will have bearish sentiment. We could definitely, get some slight relief bounces, but I'll be looking for lower high scenarios in those cases. So like this 528 area, 528, 525 area. This could be an area where I look for a potential lower high at 526, 528 area. This recent low at 516 is a major, major level, even all the way from back here. Look, major resistance back here, this 516, support here, resistance here, resistance and support. This is going to be the major key level that we have nearby. If we happen to stay below that, if we happen to break and retest below, we're easily coming to 512, 510, and then 505 will be next. 506, 505, major level of support. So I could definitely see us reaching those levels this week. Below here at 516 area, 516.7 area. Definitely keep an eye on that level. In between, I'm not really too interested. Those are the main levels where I look for a lower high or a break and retest below this level, room to 512, 506. Like I said, daily chart also has a bearish candle, rejecting supply. Weekly, longer upper wick. So that's the sentiment I'm getting for the week. Things can always change. Like I said, for upside, we start breaking above 528. We could target 533. Really above 533, that will really give me bullish sentiment. For now, that's the levels for SPY and Qs. With Apple, right, they had earnings. They did really well. Or as far as the stock, it made a really nice move from 233 to 248. And we have a big level of support here at 233. It seems to have rejected along with the overall market off of this big level of supply here at 245, 246 area. And we failed to get above that. So now if we get below 233, Apple has room down to 230. And it's 227 down here. It looks okay, it is relatively weak, and this is a very clean level. So as long as it doesn't happen before the market opens, below 233 is an easy short to 230, I believe. It's a $3 move. It's not a bad move. So that is definitely something I'll keep on watch, that 233 level, if it doesn't already happen in the pre-market. Amazon has earnings this week, so I don't know if I want to be touching inflated contracts. Microsoft does have a good setup on the chart. Weekly, starting with the weekly on Microsoft. This is major, right? This is a lot of consolidation starting from, January 16th of 2024. This is like the whole year in this whole area. The whole year on Microsoft pretty much stayed here. January 2022. Sorry, 2024. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Microsoft consolidated from 400 to like 430, 460 area. And here we are rejecting that 440, 450, 455 area. And look at this weekly candle. This is an evening star along with the shooting star. Our recent low is 411. If I go to a 4 hour, you'll see this is a major area of support, and it looks like we're about to break it. This is like top watch for me, um, just because of how respected this level is. Let me delete that. Because of how respected this level is from all the way back here. Major, major area of demand. If it falls below that, then we have nothing but room down to 405. It's about a $5, $6 drop from here. And then 400 if it gets really weak. I do like this setup. This is going to be top watch for me. And yeah, I think, based off of everything, starting from the higher time frame, this looks like distribution to me, over a long period of time. Uh, Overall, bigger time frame picture, this looks very bearish. Even on the monthly, two back-to-back shooting stars, this could be a good swing. This could be a good swing, for a short with time. So something I'll be looking at, maybe if we get a lower high, that could be good too, around this 430, but preferably below 411. That could be a nice move, 405, 400. Top watch. Nvidia is also going to be top watch for me. It's been very weak ever since the news. We gotta move up, and we failed to hold. So we failed to hold above this 128 previous level of support, turn resistance, and here we are rejecting, failing to hold a daily 200 SMA, and 115 is our recent low. This looks like just a bear flag to me for continuation, right? Drop, consolidation, pullback, drop. That's literally all I'm looking for. Below 115 allows a good risk reward entry because I could just keep stops above that. So look at resistance here, support, 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 and then 115, 116. I'll look for a break and retest below because there's room to 112.5. Already there, that's a good move. Literally just from here to here is a great move on options. If it gets very weak, I could, it has nothing but room to like 109. Nothing but room to 109, 107. That's a major drop if it does get weak. So overall, I do have bearish sentiment for the week. Things can change very quickly, so I'll be watching these upside levels too, above 128 on Nvidia as a gap fill to the upside. Until then, though, this is what I'm seeing. These are my main setups. AMD has earnings, probably won't be touching it, but it does look relatively weak too. Tesla's going to be the last one. Tesla's going to be the last one. We have a major area of demand down here. Every time we come here, we bounce all the way to, highs. Here we bounce to like 420, here 420, even here 420. But look at what we have here, this trend line of high, lower high, lower high, lower high. That's why we rejected there on Friday. That was a beautiful short on Friday if you were able to see that. The rejection and failure to hold that trend line, huge rejection from there. So as long as we stay below that 420 and that trend line, I could see Tesla coming back to below 400 down to 380, which is these recent lows. Definitely looks like a short setup. I'll keep eye on it. And then last but not least, Netflix. I've been watching this name for a long setup because it looked like a bull flag after earnings. And it did, it gave us a decent move. It fell to hold 990. And this is what you would call inside bar. An inside bar is when the stock consolidates inside of one candle. In a way, this could be a bearish Harami as well. But this is an inside bar. Look how there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days inside of these where I have the upper line and the lower line. That's just the top and bottom of this big candle. Eventually it's gonna get a breakout of one of these two levels. I want to be ready for either way, either direction. So right now it does look like that bull flag didn't play out. We're rejecting these areas up here. And it looks like it gave us a move back down to that 950, along with the overall market showing weakness. That's a decent move from 970 to 950, potentially even 940 and lower. But that's gonna be it for my Sunday watches. Google does report earnings, and it's been very strong. If I were to have a bullish name on watch, it would be Google. If the market's gonna rip, Google's gonna be top watch. Even if it has earnings this week, it's been very, very strong. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys learned a lot. Remember, I am doing a webinar this Thursday for free. Just sign up in the link below. And then I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have a good trading week. Peace.